All right, so moving on to the settings. As I mentioned before, the most mandatory tab of all is the render elements, and so settings comes second. All right, what is my main focus in this tab? Now, if I go here, I can see that there's engine, and this is basically the tool that operates this whole thing. This whole operation only happens because you have a powerful or a strong GPU. Now, as for myself, I own an RTX GeForce RTX 2060 basically. So it gets the job done, and it's basically a high-end GPU. So what I'm going to do is choose the GPU because this is what can handle our rendering process. Coming up, we have progressive. Now, we enable this at all cost because having it enabled basically allows us to see progressive changes throughout the render. As for quality, I will always choose high plus because this is the highest value of renders. Now, honestly, personally, I think some people can choose lower values of the quality of the render. So depending on their graphics card, let's say, and according to the client's need. So if you have a client or just a requirement that you want to just surpass as fast as you can, you could go with possibly low or just medium. Moving on to Denoiser. Now, Denoiser is and has to be one of the best tools that is in any rendering software. In my opinion, having it on will actually save us a lot of trouble. And so disabling it is actually not a good thing. So always enable it and keep it on V-Ray because denoiser acts like an AI. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not an AI looking render, no, but it acts like a denoising AI tool. It removes all the noise in the render and it helps you actually achieve what you want at a better cost. So always keep it enabled. Moving on to update effects, we're going to have it at rapid. We want to always see effects change and update. And now we're done with the render section. Moving on to camera, now we keep camera normal at all costs. We don't play with the camera, we don't change the type of the camera. It's always standard and everything just stays default. We only can change, however, depth of field. Now, with depth of field, it speaks for itself. Imagine having a photo that you're taking a picture from your phone and you're using a blurry type of effect. Now, depth of field can apply that to heal your image of some sort. So personally, I like to keep it on. Either way, it will never harm you. Moving on to render output. Now, in render output, we basically focus on exporting and gaining the image size that we desire. Now, if we look at the scene, my scene looks vertical basically, and I have a safe frame on. If I remove the safe frame, there will be no boundaries around the scene basically. So I always keep the safe frame on to get a more accurate perspective. Going to the aspect ratio. Now, the aspect ratio provides us with different sizes of different uh, renders, basically. So we mainly go with widescreen, but for this class, I'm going to go with the opposite of widescreen. I'm going to go to custom, and I'm going to apply, instead of 16 by 9, I'm going to apply 9 by 16. And that will gain me the same scene we started with. Now, when the image has a smaller size, that means it's quickly rendered rather than having it at a bigger widescreen. So that's it for the render output. Moving on, animation, environment, material override, and swarm will not benefit us in this course in any way. Right now, we'll just keep these turned off. We will just keep them default and standard. So just follow my steps and let's see how we will finalize the last render.